We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin.
And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from the Rubber Chicken, Dave's Hot Chicken. We have the extra hot tender and the extra hot not chicken. So it is going to be chicken versus not chicken today. And I thought, while they have this limited edition thing here, cauliflower, I thought it might be kind of fun to take a look inside each one. So let's do that. All right, here is the chicken, and you can see there it is very much a normal chicken tender. This is the extra hot. If there is a Reaper as well, I didn't get it this time. I have done it before. You guys can check out the restaurant playlist where this one will live as well, if you're interested in that. Okay. And so here is the cauliflower. And here is the cauliflower next to the chicken. So in the commercial I saw was a guy was doing this sort of, I don't know, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, doing a sort of video in the car where he's making this absurdly loud crunchy noise, like to the point where I don't think it's realistic. You heard me just cut it right there and it wasn't loud there. So I'm not going to try to recreate that, but what we are going to do is we're just going to do a little comparing and contrasting here. This is sort of, I guess, an informal head-to-head. For a while, I was doing a number of head-to-head videos, and maybe I'll get back to them this year. I don't know, hopefully. But I've been meaning to for the last couple of years, and just has been so much other stuff I've been more interested in doing. It's really why I haven't got to that, but so for this one, we're gonna throw it. Whoa! Look at this rubbish bread. This is not the same bread that I got last time. The other one was sort of a Texas toast. What is this, sourdough maybe? Let's see. Yeah, this is. Yeah, it's just a flimsy sourdough. Well, all right. Well, I guess we're not going there for the bread anyway, but let's start off with this cauliflower business just to see what we have here. Not, you know, the guy in the video sounded like he was eating a bag of chips. Nowhere near that crunchy. This is not particularly hot either. So I got extra hot because to me that was the best flavor, the best combination of flavor and heat. And you can see the tender is probably 2 or 3 times larger than this cauliflower business. Here's the other part of this. The cauliflower was $2 more. So as a limited time thing, I guess that's really what I was kind of interested in, to try it before it's gone kind of thing. We menu item. I try to get to as many in the fast food world as I can. There's a fast food playlist as well that you can check out of the ones I've done, but this is I mean, this thing is tiny. Look, I already, I just went over slightly over half, and look. You guys see this? With the white point. So these two are about the same size. This one and this one here that you guys see that? So you get about half the amount for $2 more with the cauliflower. Now I don't think the cauliflower is a bad idea per se. But execution here, the video kind of made me giggle, and I thought, well, we'll just see. All right, let's go to the chicken. Chicken's much better. Flavor is quite good. That flavoring system works a lot better with chicken. This, as the extra hot, is reading slightly hotter than the cauliflower. Really nice flavor, though. So for me, the extra hot is the way to go at this restaurant. It is slightly powdery, but not a crazy amount. Flavor is good. Heat's okay. There's quite a tremendous jump, though, from the heat of this to the Reaper. And the Reaper, to me, is just overly powdery and just not pleasant. All right. We'll have some pickles here for a little palate cleanser. The bread before was just really nice. Sort of Texas toast stuff. This, whatever this is it's not a matter of locations, because I went to the exact same location I got the attendees for the previous video. Where I did the Reaper. So, mystified slightly. All right, let's get rid of these. And, well, see if we get a crunch now. A little bit more one here. The texture of this is very odd. It is unquestionably cauliflower, though. And I've had battered cauliflower before. It's not like they're inventing anything here. I imagine this is probably healthier, but this is weak. That section was a little bit hotter. I mean, that it's just a little weak. I think it could be okay, but I really think that needs to go back to the drawing board. They really got to get portions better with that. There is a bites version, sort of like a popcorn cauliflower, available as well, which I guess, if you're interested, you could give a whack at. Nothing like little bits of gristle. All right. Finish this puppy off. So I think if they reworked it and they offered maybe 2 or 3 levels of hotness for the cauliflower, but just had it as a side. And they definitely have a lack of sides at this place. Have it as a side. If somebody wants it in a sandwich, I mean, that's easy enough to do, to throw it on a bun. I don't think it works as a main star of anything. And I don't understand who they're trying to appeal to there. I guess I would call it a fun idea more than a successful one. I don't think the cauliflower works very well. Chicken tendies, delicious as always. Extra hot has such a really, the thing with having a place like this for lunch is if you just go for it, you full tilt on the Reaper. A good chance, depending on who's making it that day, there's a good chance you're finished. You're not going anywhere else. You're done. You're gonna need to go home and address potential cramping. And the extra hot, I think, balances that nicely. It's still hot to a degree, but it's got a really satisfying flavor. Whereas the Reaper, unless you really like to flavor a powder, pepper powder, wasn't as good. For that one, I wound up dousing the entire thing in hot sauce just to try to get some moisture into that powder, because it was just unpleasantly dry. The extra hot that confirms things. The extra hot was quite good. The long and the short of this is that the not chicken is a really cool idea, and I think it's marketed pretty well, but what you actually get is not worth what they're charging for it. And I think they really should redraw it and just make it as an appetizer, like a side. I think that's really where that's going to work the best. Pick 3 heat levels, call it good. And then if somebody wants that on buns or bread or whatever. And I realize that Dave's is fairly new and it's still sort of in its growing pains. But that's why I would suggest $2 extra a throw is for cauliflower is not sane. It doesn't make any sense. I did it because it was limited time and I wanted to make content with it. Honestly, I would never do it again. So the price of that needs to be lower. It needs to be rethought out, the approach, I think. But they do have potential here. And that, I think, is kind of where I'm going to leave that off. Obviously, I wasn't able to recreate the stuff going on in that commercial where the dude is filming himself in a car and, having kittens over the over that menu item. But what do you do? I mean, take a shot at it, I guess, and there we go. So for this one, in the head-to-head battle, absolutely chicken won running away. I think the concept is sound, just the execution on the cauliflower side is absent, I guess, for lack of a better term. But we're going to leave it there. So there it was, the Dave's hot chicken versus not chicken. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.